Welcome back. Right now we're speaking with Aanchal Vash from Toronto. She's an incredible author, trainer, speaker. In fact, just recently this summer released a new book that is doing incredible on many bestseller lists. Aanchal, thanks for joining us today. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me. It's such a pleasure.
I'd love to start with your book that was most recently released. Tell me more about it.
Yes, absolutely. So I have the book right here. It's called Ongoing Success and Wellbeing. It's a daily guide on how to cultivate fulfillment in the pursuit of achievement. There's so many books out there, that self-help books, success books, mindset books that really focus just on the mindset aspect. But this book talks about some well-being strategies, explain even what well-being entails, and how do you continue to sustain success.
And in fact, you're passionate about mental health and wellness, also with empowering individuals through different ways, such as media. What made you decide to write this book at this time?
That's a great question. So a couple of years ago, I lost my twin brother to suicide. It was actually July 12th of 2016. And I had set a goal every single year. Ever since his passing, I have been organizing mental health events. And beginning of this year, I had decided that this year, instead of hosting an event to bring the community together, I was going to put down everything that I have been training people on into one book. And so I set a goal that by July 12th, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to publish a book that's going to hit a bestseller list in honor of my late twin brother. And I was really, really excited that the book within 24 to 48 hours hit multiple bestseller lists. And I was able to meet my goal. And for that, I'm really grateful for the community support.
Well, congratulations. What a huge thing to accomplish. And in his memory, just a very incredible story. But you've had a lot of experience, unfortunately, with grief, and that's really molded who you are today. How are you helping others through your heartbreaking experiences?
So I got mental health first aid certified immediately after the passing of my twin brother. And while I was sitting in class, I realized that why are we taught this in school? These are like basic, essential life skills that each one of us should know. And shortly after that, I went and got a certified success trainer. And again, as I'm sitting in class throughout my training, I was just wondering, why aren't we taught this? Why isn't this information accessible to people? Why isn't this being promoted often? And that's when I started to host events, workshops, started giving talks in different communities. And that's just how I'm right now adding value and teaching people concepts that have helped me achieve ongoing success and well-being.
And as a speaker, when you go out to these communities, what do you focus your speaking on? I know you're very passionate about many things, such as mental health, as we've mentioned, also how everyone has their own unique value that adds to their communities. So what do you primarily focus your speaking engagements on?
Thank you for that question. I appreciate it, Christine. So my presentations usually, or my talks usually focus on what is well-being. We focus on something that's in this book as well. Everything is in this book that usually I teach. It's something called the Wheel of Well-being. We cover all these aspects, how if one area of well-being suffers, each one of them suffers. So we cover something called a graph of well-being, so people understand where they are from the moment you wake up in the morning and you look at this graph. You're able to identify how you're feeling in this very moment, and you learn to add activities depending on what works for you throughout your day to get yourself moving forward. We talk about setting you up for success by helping you determine your life purpose statement, your vision, goals, and setting your own affirmations, and really inspiring you to believe in yourself and working through any adversity that comes your way. I also like to touch base upon this methodology that I created on how do you help someone who's going through a difficult or troubling situation in real time. Often, we say things to people around us that may trigger them further when they're not doing very well. And so, again, it's in this book, it's a bonus chapter in this book right towards the end to help people address someone that's not doing well physically and have them open up to you and want to listen to you if you're offering any resources or support.
And not only do you speak and write and focus so much of your energies on mental health, overcoming grief, and so much more, but you also are a very successful, career-driven individual. You started your career at Citibank. You have a full-service media management company. I'd love to hear more about your trail, your journey in your specific career.
So thank you so much for asking that. I started my first company when I was 8 years old with both my late brothers. I used to have an older brother who passed away in Nigeria from malaria. And he used to be like an avid reader of Chicken Soup for the Soul, the books. So he would pretend to be a teacher and teach my twin brother and I concepts, So I'm literally a child of personal development. And so we started our first company together when I was 8 years old. And after that, we shut down that company. Eventually, we started a new one. And when my older brother had passed away, I was 13 years old. And as a way of coping with that loss, I started to paint and draw. And eventually, I started to sell those paintings. And little did I know that, hey, this is a business right here. And then I made my way here to Toronto, Canada, because he was about to come here. And I just wanted to make his dream come true. And right off the bat, when I came here, I got a job, and eventually, I set up a company called Vash Media, because I didn't just go to university. I also went to college simultaneously. I wanted to get a degree, a diploma, and I also thought that it would really help enhance my career. It'll take me to the next level, and it did. College gave me opportunities that, university per se didn't, like making our education system more practical. All the projects we did were case-based, where we had to go to actual corporations, find out a want and need in their digital space, and provide strategies. And from there, I ended up registering this company and helping people, startup entrepreneurs, medium-sized firms with all of their digital needs. And, this started about 10 years ago. I was still in university, and I've always ever since just wanted to add value to people's lives, like especially if you are impact driven, you're a change maker, you're a thought leader, you have a service you're offering that's going to help make lives better out there. I want to help you, and I want to take you to the next level.
Your passion and vulnerability and empathy, success, it all comes across even virtually through the screen. And I know you are inspiring many, many others. How can we find out more about you, follow along with your journey, read your books, and be continuously inspired by you?
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You can definitely reach out to me via any of my websites, vashmediainc.com or aanchalvash.com. And you can also follow me on social media. It's a common social media handle anywhere across any platform, and it's at Aanchal Vash.
Well, thank you so much, Aanchal Vash, for joining us today. Really appreciate your time and your busy schedule with us. It's been absolutely inspiring meeting you, hearing about your experiences. Looking forward to continuously following along with you in your journey, and excited to read your books as well. We'll be back with more right after this.